What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of The Spectators. I'm Brooklyn. I'm here with my boy Ju.
What's up?
How you doing, bro?
We're chilling. We're back in the studio. We're cooking. Bringing another episode to you guys. We are together live for the first time in a while. And we got a lot going on. Not a whole lot of crazy stuff, but we got a whole lot just to talk about in general.
Yeah.
And I think it's only right that we start with the Masters, the golf event of the year. Just happened this weekend. Hideki Matsuyama comes out as the champion, getting the green jacket as Japan's first ever major golf tournament champion.
Salute to that.
Which is absolutely crazy.
Yeah, that's dope, man. Shot at 10 under.
Yeah, 10 under. He was pretty out in front for the last 2 days, which is cool. He tried his best to blow it on Sunday. Wound up holding on to it. And that's awesome for him. It's awesome for everybody. In Japan, they have a guy and like a beacon to kind of look at. He was already that way. He was already their most successful golfer to this point.
Yeah, but when you finally get that Masters right there, where on the biggest stage,
yeah,
that propels you.
Exactly, and so you'll see a lot of kids wanting to be him, kind of growing up, and that's just one thing that's so cool about sports. You get one. All you need is one guy.
Just need one,
and it really takes a life of its own, and you start to see people from all different types of walks and creeds kind of come into a sport and start to dominate a sport once they get into it.
Yeah, absolutely.
So he's definitely going to be an influential guy, and we'll see that influence further down the road, but it'll be there. And
because it's so dope, especially for golf, where you don't really have too much variety of people, except like obviously Tiger coming into the game. That opened the door for a lot of people, but just getting even more nationalities into the game will just expand the sport to bigger heights than what is already at. So and it would definitely be dope.
And something that was at one point known as the rich white man's sport is now dominated by Hideki Matsuyama, the one who won the Masters, the biggest tournament.
You love to see it.
It's awesome.
You love to see it.
It really is cool. And I mean, if you've been listening to us for a while, you know we love when different people and that typically don't do things.
Anytime you could break the mold, I'm for it.
Yeah.
I'm always for breaking the mold.
Absolutely. So congratulations to him. He deserved it. He played his butt off all week. Congratulations. The Masters was on a short turnaround. Dustin Johnson did not come away with the repeat after not making a cut. Tough tournament for him. No Tiger either, which is disappointing as always. But.
Yeah, wish Tiger the best, getting healthy with what he's dealing with. One thing I like about golf and the Masters is the prior year's tournament winner is usually the one to put on the jacket to that year.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like, all right, we're passing the torch and giving the mantle to, all right, the next guy. Now you're the guy.
Yeah.
You're the guy. Somebody has to take it from you now. And then if somebody beats you,
cool.
Here you go. I think that's really dope. It's kind of like what hockey in the playoffs, where you play the series, however many games you need, and then both teams line up like you would in high school and they shake hands.
Yeah.
Like it's something like that that's really dope for sportsmanship that you don't really see in sports.
Yeah, and I think it's especially cool with the Masters because once you win that tournament, you are officially in like the Augusta club for the rest of your life. Yeah. You could go back and play in the Masters if you were a 99-year-old Hideki Matsuyama now, and you just felt like going and playing the Masters this year. You could.
I didn't even know that. That's kind of sick.
Once you win it, you are permanently invited back. Now, not that people do it, but you can. Like Phil, be playing because he can.
Yeah, I saw Phil out there. I was like,
because he can. He wouldn't have made the cut, but
I saw he was like 5 over at one point, maybe even higher than that. I was like, all right,
which is like crazy too, because there's some golfers out there like that are able to come back every year despite how well or poorly they're playing, and then there's other great golfers that have been great over the last decade and a half or so, like Ricky Fowler that didn't even get invited this year because they just haven't played well. And so it's kind of interesting to see. Yeah, it's interesting to see a little dichotomy like that in the sport of golf. Kind of cool to have something so prestigious, though. Absolutely. And it's especially cool to have Hideki in that club.
Yeah, and I'm getting a little bit more into golf. I'm starting to like it the more I've been watching it.
It's cool. Golf is
chill.
Great. Golf is great. It's something you got to get into, but once you're there, you're there.
Absolutely. So
what we got next?
What we got next is if you've been watching a couple weeks ago, baseball started. Baseball started, man.
Baseball's back, baby.
Anybody who knows us, we big on baseball. We've been enjoying it. It's been fun. Enjoying
is a strong word.
Enjoying our fandom because the Yankees have been making us suffer.
Pain.
But we've been enjoying seeing everything else. There's been a lot of people balling, people mashing home runs that you just... They're on teams that mash, but just him in general, you don't really got that build. But he's going off. Seeing talent all over the place. The young dudes are balling. We got rookies going crazy. Shout out to Akil Baddoo for the Tigers. Yep. Looking like an animal right now.
He got dropped. Didn't make the 40-man roster for the Twins. Which is, it happens. So he got Rule 5 drafted to the Tigers. He has to stay on this roster all year, despite how he plays going forward. But, his first, 4 games, he has his first career home run on his first pitch. He has a grand slam and a walk-off, all in, the first 2 series.
Yeah, it's nuts.
Amazing.
It's nuts.
Amazing stuff. And then you have other guys that are just absolutely revitalizing their careers. You have the Tyler Naquins of this world, who had a decent little career in Cleveland. Mm-hmm. He went to a World Series. He was a good outfielder for them. Now he's on the Reds, whose offense all of a sudden knows how to function now that I stopped betting on them.
The Reds... They're looking spicy.
I did bet on them this year too.
They're looking spicy,
I want
man.
that to be put out there into the universe.
Go back and watch last season's baseball preview. Ju was big on them making a run. He was probably a year too early.
Yeah, apparently
he was a year too early.
A year too early and a Cy Young removed too soon. Apparently,
yeah,
that's how that works. So. Yeah, Tyler Naquin got 5 home runs, which is I think he has 5 home runs and 31 at bats to start this year. He had 17 home runs and 600 at-bats prior. So.
That's how you get it done.
That's big. And then Boomstick is out here balling, hitting grand slams and home runs.
What is Kane, bro? Yeah, the man is just old. For lack of a better word, he's just old. And he's an OG, and he's still just out here slugging. Bro. He got that old man strength.
He is the opposite. He's the opposite of Chris Davis. He's the opposite. He's Chris Davis, but good. Well, and he's an all-time great hitter. We've known that for a while, but he's just a beast. But there's actually somebody on that team hitting better than him. Byron Buxton is absolutely destroying the league right now.
The speedy, put him in, get a little hit, put him in for fielding, is mashing.
Yeah. He's been a project over there in Minnesota for a long time. We've always known he could hit if he just figured it out. And he was never a consistent hitter, but he's probably the fastest guy in the league. He's a great plus defender with a great arm. Mm-hmm. And now he's finally adding that 5th tool because people were kind of giving up on him. We've been saying if he could hit, he's an MVP type of guy. And he's not going to keep up the pace he's at now. That's a little ridiculous. Yeah. But if he stays on a similar track, he will have an MVP in his pocket for the Twins. Byron Buxton. What is it? He has a 1.734 OPS. 8 games in this season.
And we were talking about it right before we pushed the button to record. Early baseball season is just incredible because the way the stats are, it's just nuts. Because they could go so far either way, and then it all just evens out. It all evens out, and it's wild.
It always evens out, and that's what's kind of fun.
Yeah. There's times a guy could start the year, and you think, oh, he's going to the Hall of Fame just off of these first 4 weeks of the season. He's going to the Hall of Fame, winning MVP, winning every single hitting, pitching, whatever stat you want, and then the next month,
yeah, you mentioned a hitting pitching stat, and we kind of talked about him last week. But Shohei Ohtani, we're hoping that he is as healthy as he was 2 weeks ago before this season started, and obviously he's kind of been battling some stuff. But that is a guy who could win all those types of awards, which is kind of insane that that's even an option. Another guy on a tear, Nick Castellanos. Dealing with weird pseudo suspension stuff. Is it going to happen? Is it not? Yeah. Manfred's not the best hammer getting thrown on him for that. He was given a 2-game suspension. We're still
appealing.
Yeah, still appealing.
But
why is it taking this long?
And the thing is, he did nothing. He did nothing. He got up excited.
Yeah.
Because he was hyped because he got hit, and then he made stuff happen. He scored. Boom. And because he was excited, you want to suspend him. Meanwhile, the people that were involved with the brawl last week, nothing happened with that. So it's weird. And now also, since you talk about suspensions and Manfred and all that, the MLB, there hasn't been nothing said and all that, but the MLB has been taking random balls away from pitchers and just checking them out, seeing what's going on. I know Trevor Bauer was a big one, and people, he specifically was getting mad because people were making it seem like he was the only one that they were targeting. But it's a league-wide thing. They're just taking balls, examining them, seeing what's going on, because now all of a sudden we care about cheating.
Interesting.
Bang, bang.
Interesting. Strange.
Speaking of bang, bang,
strange.
I really hope everybody's been watching all the nonsense going around the league following the Astros, because nobody was able to really give them nothing last year. We weren't able to give them presents and parting gifts and all that fun stuff and show our love and appreciation to the Houston Astros. But we got real trash cans being thrown on the field. We got
Angels throwing trash cans.
We got trash cans,
inflatable and real ones.
Inflatable ones. We got everything, and it's great.
The A's fans are giving it to them.
I love it. It's beautiful.
Also, a funny part, also dealing with the Astros, kind of the other side of it. Last year, there was that big brawl between the Astros and Laureano. That was a big deal. Laureano came out swinging and all that. Laureano hit a home run the other day and just boos so loud in Houston. And it's like, oh, wait, they're like people, too. Like, that's kind of... They remember stuff, too. They're going to boo you for a fight, but we can't boo you for cheating.
It's just...
Interesting. Some more little drama that was kind of funny was... I don't know if you saw the video on Twitter, but a fan heckling Bryce Harper as the Phillies are taking on the Braves right now. And Bryce Harper's in the dugout, but you can kind of see him, and a fan is going like, Acuna's better! Acuna's better! And then in the same game, Acuna hits a bomb.
Amazing.
Next day, Acuna hits a bomb.
Speaking of who's better and who's not better, go check out our YouTube channel, Spectators, for our top 20 MLB players for the 2021 season.
I like that plug.
Yes, sir.
I like that plug. That's a good plug.
Hey, you know, come on now.
And then, like, one more thing, including staying on that game, Phillies Braves. I don't know if you got to see it last night. The ending of that game.
No, I didn't get a chance to see it.
Oh, this is spicy.
Then. Yeah, this is brand new. Come on, let's go.
All right, let's try and find a clip real quick. Pretty much the best way to describe what happened is the Phillies and the Braves. They played a game. It was a really good game. It was on ESPN last night. It's on Sunday Night Baseball, which is one of my favorite things because we get to hear A-Rod. Which is nice.
Shout out A-Rod.
Also, A-Rod bought the Timberwolves. What? Couldn't buy the Mets, so he bought the Timberwolves instead. Sure.
Yeah.
Fair.
And since he brought up Minnesota, and while he's looking up for the video, as of today, the 12th, all of the Minnesota teams that are playing, they're all postponing their games because apparently I think all of them are in Minnesota potentially. Yeah. Which that's really wild. Man. Three different sports. The team is in the city, so that's cool. But what's not cool is because of the police shooting that happened, they are postponing all the games for all the Minnesota teams. Yeah, for today. Well, we'll see what happens, but as of right now, all of that has been postponed. A couple of baseball players, I could only speak on the ones I know right now, but Aaron Hicks of the Yankees and Giancarlo Stanton have been thinking about sitting out, so I'm sure throughout the league more potentially will, and also basketball and hockey, so keep an eye on that.
Yeah. All right, I got the video right here. It's pretty much sack fly.
Are we allowed to show this?
No. Sack fly goes in the left. Throw comes in. It's a bang-bang play. Alec Bohm slides in. He beats the tag. But here's the best part about this tag.
You're getting raw just fandom here.
He doesn't touch home.
And they call him safe?
He doesn't touch home at all. They call him safe. They replay it. And they call him safe.
And they still call him safe?
And that was the game-winning run.
Yikes.
Yeah. Like,
is that Angel Hernandez?
Is that Angel Hernandez? It might be Angel Hernandez.
Cause I know I saw last night that a lot of Angel Hernandez slander was happening.
Sounds like Angel Hernandez. Here's a good slow-mo.
Wow.
Straight doesn't touch it. Yeah, so I guess you weren't on Twitter much last night. It was like a big thing. He just straight up doesn't touch home plate. This is on the top of the ninth. The Braves don't score in the bottom, and the game is over.
All right. That's sick.
So, TLDR. Umpires and replay be better. Whether it's Angel Hernandez or not, if it's him, we expect it. If it's not, be better.
Can we fire Angel Hernandez, please?
Somebody deserves it.
I'm not
if anybody deserves a firing.
Yeah, I'm not one to like call for people's jobs, but MLB umpires have to like be pinpoint and just at least within 10% of
10%.
Like 100, you got to be at the 90. Like I don't even want you 90. I want you like 97 at being spot on with all your calls. Angel Hernandez is like 70.
That dude sucks.
Just to pass an umpire test, you got to be in like a high percentile.
That dude stinks. I'll say it.
And
nobody else will. I will. Stinks.
It's bad.
PU.
It's bad. So.
Yeah, that was a really bad call. I mean, it cost the Braves a game. It's an in-division game. This game might, in the long run, mean something. And that's, like, just not a sick way for that to end. And it's not even, like, a situation where, oh, it was a missed call that eventually led to a run. This is literally, like, the play that is the run. Like, that's worst.
The game.
Yeah, that's literally, like, the worst part about it. It's not like, oh, that led to a rally. This is the...
No, that was the rally. That was the whole show.
That was the show. That was the climax.
Current call right there. So, wild stuff.
Wild stuff.
It's just sad whenever a game is put into the hands of officiating. Yeah. And I mean, it happens, I get it.
It do be happening.
But it just sucks. Yeah. So.
And then... that's a lot of baseball for now. Things are going to change. I don't expect Yerman Mercedes, or however you say his name, to be hitting 536 for the rest of the year. He is currently, just going to tell you right now, hot take, he's not going to hit 536 at the end of April. Hot take.
He started the year, what was it, 8 for 8?
8 for 8. Best start ever in any baseball season ever, and he was a rookie. He had never played in the MLB before. That was the best start ever by any player ever. Pretty crazy.
All right, then.
And now he is, slid so deep into a hole of only hitting 536.
You love to see it.
You love to see that. So he's not going to do that all year, but it's a long season. We're about 8 to 10 games in, depending on who you are. A lot of baseball is getting played tonight. It's a good thing we don't talk about every game because, boy, that would be exhausting. Yeah. But we'll be back next week for more recap on that. And we're not going to talk a whole lot of basketball right now, but we do want to talk about the injuries that seem to have just really piled up this season. Whether it was guys out for a little bit or a big chunk of time, it's kind of been like a pretty big issue.
Yeah, at least every team has had to deal with something, and some of the biggest stars have been going down.
Yeah, so like to start the year, we find out about Klay Thompson. He's out for the year. Jimmy Butler wasn't ready to start the year. That was really big for the Heat, who are now a 5 seed with him back. During the middle of the season, LeBron, who was probably the front runner for the MVP, Joel Embiid, who was right there with him for MVP, both get hurt for extended amounts of time. LeBron is actually still not back. Anthony Davis hasn't really played at all this season. And then Giannis is out now, another MVP caliber guy. Mm-hmm. He's been out for a good amount of time. CJ McCollum was out for a good chunk of the start of the year. LaMelo Ball's out for the rest of the season. Like, these are a lot of injuries to a lot of really high-profile guys. You got Harden, who just got hurt against the Knicks last week. He's going to be out for who knows how long. KD just came back. He's only played like 20 games. Yeah. A lot. A lot. I'm sure I'm missing guys.
Yeah, we're definitely missing some, but we could go on and on about all the injuries, and it's just been nuts. Like we said, every team has been having them, and I mean, that's the nature of the game. It happens. But to see the dogs of the league, the guys up top going down, and then
especially LeBron.
Yeah.
Weird.
And then as many as there are, it's just wild. It's wild, man. So it's just you wonder what's causing it. Was it the fact that last year was all weird towards the end, people's bodies aren't right, and now the fatigue is starting to fall into place, so now all your muscles and all that. Well, what's really causing it?
Yeah, what's going on?
Well, what's in the water? Adam Silver, what's in the water?
It's kind of cool though, because like the two teams that aren't super hurt, the Jazz and the Suns, and they're the two best teams in the West. They're the two best teams in basketball right now.
Yeah,
they haven't been hurt. They've been like, in fact, super healthy.
They played the other night too in a shootout that went into OT.
Yeah, and it's crazy to think that the Suns are 22 games above 500.
But I was saying it, like, I really thought that they were going to take that bubble run into next season.
And they did.
They absolutely did.
They certainly are.
Especially when you add CP3. You love to see it. You really do.
Yeah. Also, we're looking at the standings right now. The top 5 teams in the West, right? Top 4 teams in the West are all 8-2 in their last 10 games. Those teams are hot.
Yeah.
And that's including the Nuggets, who probably have the MVP on their team now that all the other guys have been hurt and fizzled out and all that.
Yeah.
Jokic is just playing out of his mind. He's just getting better and better. You know what's an interesting thing about Jokic, too? You hear a lot about young guys in the league, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's only 27.
Is he really?
He's only 27 years old.
It's crazy.
Doesn't it feel like he's older?
Bro, I swear he's been in the league for years.
No. He's 27. Crazy.
Shout out.
And
like you said, he's getting better and better.
Yeah.
It feels like he adds something to his game every season.
Yeah. No, he definitely does. And I feel like this year he's just gotten more athletic, which is like...
Well, he lost a ton of weight.
Yeah, he did. And that was like partially through like COVID. Like during that whole break, he did lose a lot of weight. I remember seeing on Twitter, people were like, "Oh, Jokic looking like a snack." All right, relax.
Looking like a chicken nugget.
Relax. But, yeah. A lot of injuries. We're going to see how that kind of goes. Hopefully, LeBron and AD are healthy come playoff time. That's not going to be a very fun 5 seed to play. If they are a 5 seed, nobody's going to want that smoke. And then, Giannis is still out. They're still playing well. They won by 40 last night. Granted, they played the Magic. They won by 40 last night without Giannis. The 40
Magic.
without Giannis, all right?
The Magic now without all their boys. That's a stinky team.
They're the fourth worst team in the league.
That's a stinky team.
Yeah, I think I said this last week. I'm going to say it again. The Rockets lost 20 straight games, and they are not the worst team in basketball. That's how bad the Timberwolves are. That's how bad.
Shout out A1, baby.
Shout out to A-Rod. He's going to turn it around. A-Rod's going to play point guard.
I wasn't even talking about A-Rod, but you're definitely right.
I'm talking about A-Rod.
I know.
I'm talking about A-Rod.
Shout out A-Rod. I hope A-Rod does something over there.
You got to rebrand.
You got to rebrand.
The Minnesota A-Rods.
Book it right now. Book it.
Minnesota Rods. And it's just everybody has a Yankee pinstripe jersey. Instead of the Yankee logo, it's AR.
Oh, no. Not the AR.
Or no, that's too...
No, no.
Can't do that. MR. Minnesota Rods.
I like it.
Yeah, sweet.
I like
the worst rebrand ever.
Worst rebrand.
But you heard it here first. It's better than the Washington football team and a Cleveland baseball team. Where's the lie?
Ain't no lie.
No
If he's
lie,
lying, comment right
no
now.
Lie.
Comment right now if he's lying. Or come up with a better name. I'm sure you could do it.
We're not rebranding the Timberwolves.
I'm sure you
fine.
could do it.
They're fine. They just need to be better.
Yeah.
Be better. But I think that's all we got for you guys today. Are we missing anything? It's been a loaded week. We've been throwing in random details here and there.
Yeah, I think we pretty much got everything.
Yeah,
I'm sure we'll hit the button, stop recording, and remember
it. It happens every week.
Yeah.
But, thank you guys for listening. Let us know if your favorite baseball team is playing any well. Probably not. Hope not. If they're not the Yankees, then I don't really care. But they stink. Hopefully they get better. Dodgers look great, so shout out. Let us know if your baseball team is doing good. who is your favorite to watch so far during the season. I know we got a lot of baseball guys out there. Make sure you follow us on Instagram and Twitter if you don't already, @_the_spectators. If you're watching this on YouTube, go check us out on Apple Podcasts for when you're not able to watch YouTube. And if you are listening to this on a podcast, you want to see our beautiful faces, go on to YouTube. We look clean today. Not clean shaven, but clean in general.
Not clean shaven at all.
Not even a little bit.
But the beard looking crispy, though.
Crispy's a word. It is a word. It's certainly a word. But thank you guys again. We'll see you next time.